guys, it's SimLicy here, so welcome to another speed build. Today I am building another family home, and this time I am building another family home in Sable Square. It's one of my favorite neighborhoods to build in. I think it's so much fun and I absolutely love the style, and usually when I build in this neighborhood I go with this similar style that has these like barn-shaped rooms on the houses. I guess that's what you would call them. They kind of look like barns, and I think they look super cute, super adorable, and I really enjoy building in this kind of style, and you guys seem to enjoy it as well. So I thought I would go ahead and build another one in this neighborhood and in the same style. So I believe I've almost built on every lot in this neighborhood now. And this one is the 40 by 40 lot that we actually don't have a filter for in the gallery. So if you guys have been looking for builds to put on a 40 by 40 lot, this one will fit. And it's a really big house. It has 4 bedrooms, it has 3 bathrooms, it has 2 living rooms because I could fit them, why not, and a garage, as well as a garden, a place to train your pets, and its own private pond. So yeah, lots of activities. I think it's a really cool house and I hope you guys will like it as well. Definitely let me know what you guys think down in the comments. But originally I was gonna go for a very coastal, beachy sort of vibe with this house. I was gonna go for very light blues, light wood colors, you know, whites and grays and those kinds of really oceany tones. At least that's what I think they are. And here in a little bit, it doesn't take me that long actually in the build, I noticed that there's this barn out in the distance, and I was like, you know what, I don't build red houses that much. In the last apartment that I did, I mentioned how I don't use red that much in my builds, so I decided that I would go ahead and make this house have some red accents. So it's not completely red. I felt like that might be a little bit overpowering, but it's red with this cream sort of wall paneling, I guess you would call it, and some of the shingle wallpaper as well. So I had a lot of fun building this house, and I think it does turn out really cool. And even though it is so similar to these other houses I've built in this neighborhood, I think it's unique and stands on its own. So yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys like it. But something that I should mention before I get too far into this video, because it's kind of an important thing about this house, I only used 3 packs to build this entire house. So if you download it from the gallery, I only used Cats and Dogs, Parenthood, and Laundry Day. So 1 expansion, 1 game pack, and 1 stuff pack. I thought that would be so much fun to do, and I thought it would be kind of a challenge for myself, and it was. I mean, those all 3 are really good packs, and I chose them to use together because I thought they would fit together really nicely, and I would get a lot of use out of a lot of the items, and I thought they would just pair together pretty well. And I definitely think I was right. These packs go so well together, but I was definitely missing certain items, like candles. I mean, there's a few candles, like, well, maybe just 1. It's only 1 candle that comes with base game, because I don't think there's, okay, there's a lantern that comes with Cats and Dogs, but I just want like the little tea light candles, you know, that comes with Dine Out. I love those candles so much. I use them all the time, so I definitely missed those. Some plants and few other little decorations from Dine Out as well I really missed. And I think that was like the main thing I really missed for decorations. I did want to use some of the new items that just got patched in, because if you guys noticed at the beginning of the video, I was like, what is all these new items? Because I just updated my game, went in to build, and I was like, oh, there's new plants. So they did actually separate one of the plants that came with the Jungle Adventure pack. It came in like this cluster of pots, and they decided to separate it for us. So that's amazing. I'm so happy they did that. I would love for them to go and do that with other items. That would be, oh, that'd be so cool. Yeah, they also gave us an island counter for the countertops that came with that pack as well, so that's amazing. I assumed they would have done that because I felt like that seemed like kind of an obvious mistake. Like, they're like, oops, we just forgot. Very, very curious of what's going on over there, because it seems so quiet with no teaser. Like, there's always quarterly teasers, and now with not having a quarterly teaser, I'm like, what's going on? Are we gonna, like, when are we gonna know new information? Like, I want to know what's coming, and I want to kind of speculate and look at trailers and be like, ooh, you know, what does this mean? What's that? I feel like that's so much fun and such a huge part of, I don't know, watching, I don't know, this The Sims for me. It's so much fun. But yeah, hopefully they will return eventually. We'll see. But anyways, the shape of the house is coming together. I love this wraparound porch. It is so pretty. I would love to have this in real life. I was actually talking to my sister and telling her, like, if I had won the lottery, I would build my mom some sort of house like this. I think she would absolutely adore it. I think it's totally up her alley. I mean, maybe not necessarily some of the color choices. I think she I think she would like a little bit lighter colors maybe. I don't really know. I think she would like this house though. And I would love to build it for her someday, if only. Once I'm rich, maybe someday. But yeah, so hopefully you guys do like the way it turns out as well. There was something I was going to say and I lost my train of thought, so I guess I'll just keep going. Oh, I remember what I was going to say. I had told myself about the time that I was almost finishing the exterior of this build, I was like, go in and do the floor plan before it's like finalized. And I really wish I would have done that because I did all of the landscaping before I even went in and touched the interior. And I really wish I would have took the time and sort of mapped out the floor plan before, because I think I would have made a couple changes to the exterior to make the floor plan a little bit easier and a little bit smoother. I do think I like the way it turned out in the end. Some of the room shapes are a little weird, and I mean there's two living rooms, so that's a little bit weird, but it's kind of nice because one's like a really nice sitting room with the fireplace, and if it would have been a little bit bigger I probably would have put a piano in there. But if you have city living, maybe put the keyboard in there and or a radio. I don't know, the keyboard's not as like classy as like a grand piano. Maybe the organ, maybe that would fit a little bit better if you have vampires. I'm not really sure. But then the other living room's like a family room with the TV, and it's got like the art supplies on the coffee table. And I feel like my voice is a little bit raspy. It's taking forever for my voice to heal. I did mention in my last video, if you guys did watch that, I've been kind of sick and it's taking me the longest time to heal. I'm definitely feeling good. My voice is just taking a while to catch up. So hopefully it's not too noticeable. Some of you guys said in the last video that it wasn't that noticeable until I said something. So it was probably going to be the same for this video. Like, oh yeah, you sounded normal. And then you pointed it out. Now I can tell. But yeah, I don't know. So I feel like it's really noticeable, but it's probably not as bad as I think it is. But something that I do love about this build is the landscaping. I did cut some of it out though, because when I sped up the footage and put all the screenshots in, this build was like 40 minutes long, and I thought that was just a tad bit too long, so I was able to shave it down by a few minutes. So I did cut out some of the landscaping and the floor plan as well, because that was just a nightmare. It was so horrible. But yeah, I did leave some of it in, and you get to see so much in the screenshots. There's so many screenshots to this build. And I did cut out the parents' master bathroom, and this is kind of silly. I wasn't originally going to cut it out, but I needed to cut down on some time. So that was one of the like rooms that I was thinking about that I would cut out, you know, because it was basically the same as the other two bathrooms. It's actually different than the other two bathrooms. It's more like the two bathrooms combined into one bathroom, so it has like the same objects. But I accidentally blocked the doorway into the bathroom with the shower, and when I was play testing this house to make sure that the sim could, you know, use the bathrooms and the beds, I was trying to get her to go use that bathroom, and I was like, why can't she get in? She kept saying the fireplace was in her way, and I was like, the fireplace is fine, like there's plenty of room for you to get to the door. And yeah, I blocked it with the shower, so I completely had to redo that bathroom anyways off camera. I mean, I basically just flipped some stuff from one wall to the other wall, but you'll see it in the screenshots. You'll probably see it a little bit when we're decorating the master bedroom as well, because I did it right before I decorated that room. But so anyways, I decided I wanted a pond in the backyard. I thought it'd be so much fun to have somewhere for the Sims to fish, because it's kind of like a farmhouse. I called it a ranch because I just could not think what to call this, and I was going to use this debug pond, but then I decided, I was like, you know, there's so many fishing spots around this neighborhood that you don't need another just regular fishing spot. So I decided to build my own sort of makeshift pond, and I do put the fishing sign, so there are fish swimming in there, which is so cool, but your Sims can actually swim in there, which I thought would be a lot better, and I don't know, get a little bit more use out of the backyard than just a fishing spot. So yeah, I had a lot of fun with it, and I do like the way I put these little hedges around the fence. I think it looks so cute and a little bit overgrown, and I really enjoy it. Oh, and something, I added so many sunflowers. I did it off camera, but you will notice in the screenshots of the backyard, so many sunflowers. Like, so many sunflowers to where I almost called it the sunflower farmhouse. But I was like, okay, there's no farm field full of sunflowers, and the house is red, it's not yellow. So I was like, maybe I will save that name for a different house. But there's so many sunflowers, and I just thought it looked so pretty and so summery. Even though this house is kind of fall looking, because I did use a lot of the red swatches on the trees, it just made me feel so summery, and today felt so summery here in real life, and yesterday it's finally sunny. The reason videos have been a little bit slow is like not only because I was sick, but I was also feeling a little bit down, and I realized after it passed, so I was having a severe case of like seasonal depression, which I've never really experienced before, because some of you may know that I grew up in Oregon and I recently moved back, but I lived away in California for like 8 years, and so I got so used to the sun always being around and now coming back here, and it's cloudy a lot during the winter time and during like the beginning of spring, and it was really rainy for like a month, and I was getting so sad, and now I realize why I was so sad, and I feel so much better, and now if my voice can go back to normal, everything will be back to normal. But it was so nice having the sun back, and the sunflowers just made me feel so summery, so I just kind of went a little bit overboard with them. And I also decorated the upstairs of this house like kind of late at night, and I realized something actually only 5 minutes ago when I was finishing editing this video, and I realized that the picture that I hung up in the, okay, so the master bedroom has 2 paintings on the walls, one over by the chair and one above the fireplace. They're the exact same picture, exact same swatch, and I was like, oh my god, why do I decorate so late at night when I can't even pay attention to the paintings being the same? So I unfortunately already uploaded it to the gallery, otherwise I would change that before I uploaded it, but just something to be in mind. It may bother you because I'm going to go in and change it in my game, because I can't have just 2 of the exact same pictures. I'll point it out to you guys when we get to the master bedroom, but I was like, oh, that's so annoying. But here in a little bit, I do cut over the landscaping, but I do put in some monkey bars, and I do put in a little sandbox, which I think is so adorable. I do end up kind of moving it around. I struggled with where to place them. I kind of had wished that I put the pond on the other side of the yard, but I didn't want to completely redo it. It's not that big of a deal. I felt like it was a little bit weird where I was putting the sandbox. I do end up moving it to the other side of the monkey bars though in a little while, and I don't know, I really like the way this back turns out. I wasn't really sure about it because I felt like it looked a little bit weird with this sort of gravelly path that I was laying out, but after I get all the landscaping done, I just feel like, I don't know, it seems super cozy and so natural, so hopefully you guys do like it too. Like I said, there's lots of screenshots, so you'll be able to see all of it at the end, and I think it looks so pretty. I did struggle a little bit with lighting on this lot though when I was taking pictures. The back of this house lights up perfectly, but the front of the house, even during like the afternoon, or not during the afternoon, even during the morning when the sun's shining on the house, it's not as bright and full lit. It's kind of yellowy, so I was a bit frustrated with the lighting on the front of the house. I ended up getting a pretty decent screenshot of it though, and then kind of upped the filters for the thumbnail just because I was like, oh, I want it to be all bright and so you can see everything clearly. But I put a little seating area right here by the pond, which I thought was so cute. And something that I did miss with the pool, with not using all the other packs, was the different swatches for the water. I wanted to make it look a little bit more murky, so either one, I think from Get Together or the Jungle Adventure would work just fine, just to make the water look a little bit murky. I would probably use the one from Jungle Adventure because I feel like those watercolors look a little bit more clean and not so like dirty, but I feel like it would have helped blend it into the scenery a little bit better. But so now we are on to the interior, and as you can see, the floor plan is already laid out, and this is the like fancy living room. So it's got the fireplace. I would have liked to use the other fireplace that came with Cats and Dogs because it's a little bit fancier, but I didn't want to change up the windows on the exterior, and when I did place it in there before I started decorating, I realized that it covered up the windows too much, and I didn't really like that, so I decided that I would just use this brick fireplace, which looks really nice as well. And yeah, I had a lot of fun going through and trying to pair up base game items as well as Parenthood and Laundry Day with Cats and Dogs. I felt like if you bought The Sims today and you didn't have any expansion packs and you wanted like to, get one of each, get one expansion, one game pack, and one stuff pack, I think those 3 would pair really nicely together and you'd be pretty happy for a while. And then, yeah, then you could go through and figure out, if you wanted restaurants, and I would definitely get Dine Out because I really love the little flowers and decorations. I definitely missed those. And what else did I miss? I feel like I missed the Vintage Glamour. And my mind's a blank. I'm not really sure. But I definitely missed my other packs because I noticed that I get, not really on YouTube, but on the gallery, I get a lot of complaints from people about how many packs that I use. And so I thought I would just go ahead and make an effort of using less packs in a build, but it's so much fun just being able to, not restrict yourself and use all of the different items that you do have. So I don't know, but it's also fun to go ahead and do a challenge and sort of try to not use as many packs in a build as well and try to see what works well together. So this was a lot of fun, and I would like to do another one. So if you guys have any suggestions on, I don't know, another 3-pair or 2-pair of, packs, it doesn't have to necessarily be one game pack, one expansion, one stuff pack, but if you guys have anything in mind that you think would pair really nicely together, like I think probably City Living and Dine Out go well together. And I feel like Jungle Adventure would go well with these 3 packs as well, because I feel like they're pretty similar, a little bit rustic and a little bit more like homey and cozy. But anyways, so this is the downstairs bathroom, and it's really similar to the master bathroom that I decorated upstairs that I did cut out. So if you're curious, I used a lot of similar items. It's just a simple little bathroom, no shower, but there's room if you would like to move that little shelf that I put over by the toilet. If you need an extra shower, you could definitely put it in there. And then I did do the clothesline outside, and then I ended up putting the washer and dryer in the garage. So you can do laundry in this house as well. Of course, remove those items if you don't want to do laundry, but there's laundry hampers as well. So believe you would have to move those. But probably my favorite area of this house is going to be the dining and kitchen area, and I can't wait for you guys to see it because I love the colors are so pretty. I really tried to incorporate some of the reds from the exterior into the interior because, like I said in that last apartment build, I don't use reds that often, and I also hadn't used this tile that I used in the kitchen and the bathrooms before. I've used it in other swatches, definitely, because it's from Parenthood. I've used Parenthood a lot, but I wanted to kind of incorporate it, so I tied some like greens because I felt like that kind of paired really nicely with it and tied everything together. At least I tried to make it pair well together and look nice. So hopefully you guys do like it, but this kitchen and dining is my favorite. So the second living room that I do decorate, and I made it into like a family living room. Originally, when I mapped out the floor plan, I was going to make that the like formal dining area. But I decided since this table has 6 seats around it and then there's a high chair in the kitchen, it wasn't really necessary to have another dining area. But you could definitely change that if you have a sim that likes to host a lot of parties, or if you have 8 sims in the household and you need like a formal dining area for like the whole family to eat together. The second living room would definitely work for that. But we will decorate that once I'm done with this kitchen. But I love this kitchen so much. I love these green cabinets. I believe I used this swatch when Parenthood first came out, but I don't believe I've used it since. And because I tend to go for like the white and brown ones. I feel like, I tend to lean towards those ones a lot because they just match really well with everything. But this one I was like, I really want to go for a different look, and absolutely love the way this kitchen turned out. And instead of an island, I decided to do a table in the middle of the room and then just put that little bar stool tucked up against the table, so it's not usable, but it looks cool. I think it looks really adorable. And probably my favorite part of this kitchen is this shelving area that I do. It just looks so pretty. I really like it a lot, and I don't know, hopefully you guys like this kitchen too. It's one of my favorites that I've done in a long time, so really proud of it. So I just hope that you guys like it as much as I do. And yeah, I didn't go too overboard, I don't think, with the decorations. I didn't want to clutter up the counters too much. I feel like sometimes when I go to play test it, the Sims are always trying to cut things on the sink, and I don't know if that's necessarily because I clutter things up too much and the Sims are having routing problems with, not really sure where to use the counters. So I don't know, I don't think that I decorated it too much. You guys can let me know, definitely, but yeah, I think it looks really nice anyways. And something that I forgot to use that I wanted to use was that wicker basket wall hanging shelving that came with Laundry Day. I'm not sure if you guys understand what I mean, but there's a shelving that has like these wicker baskets that lean up against the wall. I pulled it out in the first living room for like a second, and then I meant to go back to it, and then I never ended up placing it anywhere in this house, and I really wish I would have. Because, yeah, I love that item. But I, of course, didn't get to every single thing in all 3 of the packs because that would probably be a really crowded house if I put every item in the house that I possibly could. And probably be a jumbled mess and probably not match very well. But, I don't know. I still think I used a lot of the items. So, oh well. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. But this is the garage. So this has the laundry room. And then I do, like, the workbench that has, like, the woodworking tools on it. And I also put the litter box here. Oh, something that I have to mention that was another like derpy thing that I did other than the painting in the master bedroom. I put no cat and dog food bowls in this house. So if you do download this house and you do have pets in the house, because I put a lot of other pet items, there's no food bowls. So your pets will need somewhere to eat. I'd probably just throw them in here in the garage because there's plenty of space to do that. You can put them in the kitchen or in the hallway, wherever you feel like it. But definitely probably want to add those. But I would just probably put them in here because I didn't overly decorate the garage. I'm kind of at a loss when it comes to garages. And you could actually, if you had a sim that was a veterinarian, you could probably put the vet stuff in there as well. You could have like the crafting table for the medicine. That would be pretty cool. But so this is the second living room. It's a little bit more relaxed. The furniture is a little bit more casual. There's a couple bookshelves in here, and I don't know if the Sims can actually reach those bookshelves. I ended up putting a fish tank in between them. But there's other bookshelves in the house if they can't reach those ones. But I thought about putting a family computer in here for a while too. So that may be something you want to add, because the only computer in the house is in one of the kids' rooms. So that's not ideal, I don't think. But I just felt like it looked a little bit odd in this living room. But you could definitely add it there if you thought you needed one, another computer. Or there's probably space in the parents' bedroom, or you could probably turn the garage into like a cool office room. That might be kind of neat. I don't know. But I do like the way this living room turns out. I think I actually do like it a lot better than the other living room. I really liked it in the screenshots when you could see into the kitchen and the dining room from this room. And it's like, I love the archways so much. I feel like it takes these kind of really traditional closed off room houses and makes them feel so much more open and inviting. I love them so much. But I was kind of hoping that these archways would be fixed already, because if you pay attention, I've mentioned this before when I've used these archways, and some of you guys are like, yes, I've noticed it too, it's so annoying. But there's a tiny little speck inside the archway that's like a piece of the mesh that's just kind of floating in space. It doesn't seem to like cause your Sims any problems walking through them, but kind of annoying. So there's a little speck in the archways. You can probably tell now. If you didn't notice it before, you probably notice it now, because it drives me absolutely crazy. But yeah, oh well, hopefully we'll get it fixed eventually. But now we are on to the upstairs, and this is the family bathroom. So it's the largest bathroom in the house. It's a little bit more cluttered than the other ones. I imagine this is the one that all the kids use, because the kids, I did a toddler / nursery. I really wanted to do a nursery, but then since I had the high chair downstairs, I decided to make it like a toddler nursery. So there's a bassinet and a toddler bed. And then there's a kid's room that has 2 beds, so I imagine some twins. And then the other room is an artsy room that I imagine was for an artistic teenager. So I thought that was really cool as well. So yeah, this is the bathroom that they all use, and then the parents have their own ensuite. And like I said, I did cut that one out. But yeah, that's just because I messed up, and it was just not that exciting. Honestly, I didn't put that much time into it, just copied stuff over. So anyways, this is going to be the toddler and nursery room, and originally I was going to go for this wallpaper with the hearts on it, but just as I kept decorating it, I didn't really find the right items that I felt went with it, so I decided to go for a very neutral kind of nature-y look to it. It has some greens and creams and browns. So I feel like it's pretty neutral and pretty simple, and I think it makes a nice nursery, and I think it would be really easy to turn it into a really cute outdoorsy kids room, because those are like my favorite rooms to decorate, are like kids room that have like kind of animal stuff in them, or plants and outdoorsy stuff. I think it's so much fun, and I just imagine a little kid that likes to get into the garden and help mom and dad out in just outside. I don't know, just a little bit more messy and super cute. And I add these little decals around with the little cats, and the one has the mouse, like it's chasing the mouse, and the one's next to the food bowl, or the fish bowl, which I thought was so cute. And yeah, I do like the way this room turns out. I wasn't really sure about it for the longest time, and I was like, I don't really know if I like this room, but I do like it in the end. But my favorite room is probably the kids' room with the twin beds. I think that room is super cute and seems so much fun. It's a really big room too, so it's perfect for twins. But yeah, hopefully you guys will like that, and hopefully you guys do like this room as well. I think it's so cute. And I think it matches the rest of the house really nicely, because I ended up using some of this wood paneling that I used throughout the house as well, which I felt like tied in really nicely. And I love this dresser that came with Parenthood, and I don't know why, but I always forget to use it, and then whenever I see it in the catalog, it's like I'm rediscovering. I'm like, oh yeah, this item's so cool. So I was really happy to remember it and then use it in this room. And then I end up putting 2 bear chairs over by the window. So I imagine maybe one of the kids comes in and reads to the toddler, and one sits in that chair, and one sits, the toddler sits in the other. I thought that would be super cute. But this is the kids' room, and so it's pretty blue, and it has, I put an art table in here, and it's the only computer in the house, like I said, but I did this cool little built-in bookshelf desk thing, which I've done before, but I've done it with the bookshelves that come with the kids' room stuff. That was another pack I feel like I missed. Yeah, definitely the kids' room stuff. I really like that pack as well. And then there was another one. I feel like backyard stuff. Yeah, I use items from that pack a lot too. So yeah, just a couple other packs that definitely would have helped for clutter items, but I still feel like I decorated this house pretty well for, only using 3 packs. And I loved using those debug parenthood, what do you call those, like school projects. I thought those looked so cool and made the rooms look so lived in. And then I also put a bear chair, and I put a fishbowl in between the beds as well, so they have a little, fish pet, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I just love the way this room turns out. I think it is so cute, and I love that poster that I put above the dresser as well. It looks like it would be like their favorite movie or something, and I feel like it looks like a cop movie, but I don't really know why. It reminds me of a cop movie, and I have really no explanation for it, but that's like the vibe I get from that poster. Maybe it's just the way it's designed, but yeah. And then I get the little laundry hamper in there, and then I think I just put a few clutter items up on this, I think, yeah, just on the little table in between the beds, and I think that's about it for this room. I can't remember. I think I put another poster or something, but yeah, I just think this room turns out so cute. Love it a lot. Oh, and I do like this room a lot, and I had a totally different vision in mind before I decorated. I was going to go very dark and imagine that kind of like a, not necessarily gothic, but a teenager who likes black a lot, and then I was going to throw in like pops of like pink and purple. I thought that would be kind of cool. But then I think I laid down the parenthood rug, and then I realized that it came in this really cool like bright swatch. It'll be here in a second. This one, and I was like, okay, we're going for a totally different theme. We're going for this artsy kid who loves bright colors. So that's what I went with, and I think it turns out so pretty. I think it's definitely different than other team rooms that I've done, because I used this like really bright blue wallpaper, which I thought was so fun, and I tried to tie it into other items as well. And I just think it turns out really nice, and I loved those skateboards with those patterns on them. Super pretty, and yeah, definitely a fun room. You guys have to let me know which kids' room is your guys' favorite, because I'm leaning towards the twins' room, but this room's really cool too. It's probably the twins' room, this room, and then the toddler's room. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think though, but I definitely think this room is so cute. And I think I'm going to build another apartment. I was thinking about doing some sort of a bohemian apartment, because I did a boho apartment when City Living first came out, and I've definitely been in the mood to do another one. So I've been trying to think of what I want to do, but I kind of want to go for a different style than I did in that one, because that one was very bright colors, and I kind of want to go for one that has like more light colors with the plants, but still kind of bohemian. I don't know. That's something I'm thinking about doing tonight. And a lot of you guys have been asking about my my Not So Berry challenge. That'll definitely be coming. That was just, I haven't recorded it. I didn't record anything while I was sick, so I just don't have any ready. But as soon as my voice is a little bit more back to normal, I will definitely start recording those, because it's really hard for me to talk for long periods of time. And at least with doing a voiceover for a build, I could take breaks. But doing, I feel like gameplay, I kind of need to be in the moment and have all my reactions like come natural. I don't know. I feel like if I pause it too much, it'll make it too choppy. So I definitely want to wait for my voice to come back to normal. So I'm sorry if you've been waiting for that, but just thought I would bring that up really quick. But we are almost to the screenshots. I just want to thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this build, and hopefully you enjoy the screenshots. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and please leave any comments or suggestions that you have, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!